Hi, I'm Sandy Genovese and welcome to this episode of the Ellison Education video series. Sometimes it's handy to be able to identify all the kids in your class to make it easy to keep them all together on things like a field trip. Or you might even want to be able to take the groups of people in your class and separate them into teams. And it's easy to do that if you have something to label like wristbands. I have a couple of different choices. First, I thought I would show you the braided wristband. So what it is I've cut it out of leather, and it cuts in these strips, and I'll put a link. We have written instructions as well as video instructions. All you have to do is braid this, and if you braid it in 3 braids, you get a wristband that looks loosely braided like this, and if you braid it in 6 braids, you get a wristband that's a little tighter braid that looks like this. But if everyone in your class, if you go on a field trip and you have parent volunteers helping and they don't really know for sure every student in your room, it's easy to identify if your kids are wearing something special like this, and trust me, they will love it. Now that's the braided wristband. We also have just a wristband die, and you can see that I've cut 3 out of leather, and then I went back through and I cut 2 more out of foam. Either way, they make great wristbands, and what I'm going to do is, in fact, if you look at the leather one, you can see it gives you the perforations, and those are meant to be guides so that you can figure out for the size wrist that is going to be wearing it, you can decide which one you're going to go back and slit in order to make it fold together tightly or more loosely. So if I'll take this one and pull it around, I've already placed slits on the 3rd perforation in the row, and see how when they slide together, now they're going to hold nicely on the wrist. But we also need to look at decorating this side, and that is really fun to do. Now here is a die. This is the layered shapes die, and I'm going to be using the hearts, but if you look at the table, on the same die there's layered stars, there's layered flowers, and as I mentioned, layered hearts is the one that I'm going to use. So all I need to do is just put a little bit of adhesive on the red, and then I will layer this, right? Actually, I'm going to put it on the orange. I think it might be a little easier. Get my hand out of the way and position so that it will hold these 2 layers together. And then I'll take some more tape. This time I think it might be easiest also, instead of putting it on the heart, I'm going to put it on the wristband. And I think I'm going to put a double layer, so it really holds nicely. And then I'm going to just bring the heart right over the top and press. Any strong adhesive that you have will work, but it will hold those layers together. So now every student in your class can wear these cool wristbands. Whether you're taking a field trip on a school bus or you're simply walking to the playground for a sports field day, colored wristbands are great for labeling all the groups and all the teams of the kids in your class.